Hi, I'm Michael Cope. I'm Steven's dad, and this is the story of my garage. We currently have 3 vehicles, and each one has a story, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with my son. The first car I want to talk about is the 2004 Cadillac CTSV, and emphasis on the V. The Cadillac decided to introduce a car to compete with the European sports luxury models, and they introduced the 2004 Cadillac CTSV. They put a Corvette engine into a Cadillac, has a 6-speed manual transmission, 400 horsepower, and they created a beast that was sophisticated, and it literally dominated the market that year. So in 2004, it was the Sports Car Club of America Car of the Year, and it has continued its legacy all the way through 2021. So I'm very proud of that car. At the time, before we bought this car, we had a 1998 Firebird, and then we had a son come along, and we had no place to put a car seat in that car. And so coincidence happened that someone we knew had just bought this car and decided they were going to trade it in for an Audi, and they offered us the opportunity to buy it, which we took the opportunity, and we've kept the car ever since. And I've said all along, this is a car I plan to keep forever because it is a classic. It is currently undervalued, I think, in the marketplace. At some point, people are going to look back at this car and say this is the beginning of the generation of cars now that are super powerful. At the end of the day, it is a Cadillac, but it's sort of a renaissance man of cars. It's got all the brawn and all the brains. The other vehicle I want to talk about is my 2011 Crew Cab Silverado. Now, this truck has a story because I had an extended cab truck, and the problem with that truck was, again, when we put a car seat in the back, you couldn't get the seats to go all the way back. So we were looking for another vehicle. I like to have a truck because trucks they're utility vehicles. Happened to see this one online, and this truck has a story because it started its life as a work truck. Chevrolet Silverado has a base model truck called an LT, and that's what this truck was when it started out its life. It was just a work truck in a solid waste management facility, basically a trash dump. So at the end of the lease, when they turned it back into the dealership gave it a facelift. They put leather interior in it, they put DVD players in the headrests, give it a lift kit, put some 20-inch custom wheels on it, and basically created a custom truck. They took all the decals off of it, so when you look at this truck, the only thing that says Chevrolet is the bow tie emblem on the grill. I saw this truck online, was immediately interested in it, drove down in an ice storm to look at the truck. We were going to be leaving the next day to go on a road trip, and so I was sort of in a hurry to get this thing done. So I drove it home in the ice, and it has been a fantastic truck ever since. So the third car in the family is the newest addition. It's a 2017 Camaro. And when we started looking at going to become a 3-car family, we looked at a lot of different cars, different good starter cars, because we were thinking this was going to be Steven's first car, and really nothing satisfied because we are a car family. This car popped up on the internet. Immediately I saw that it was a Camaro. I'm sort of a General Motors guy. I don't know how it ended up that way, but I love GM vehicles. Always liked the Camaros. This is a 2017, which is the 50th anniversary of the Camaro, which was special for me. This particular car has a color scheme on it that is unique to the Camaro. It's called Hyper Blue Metallic, and it is a special edition for the 2017, as well as the 20-inch wheels are special edition for the 2017 vehicle. Looked at it, drove it, very reminiscent of the 1998 Firebird that we had before we got the Cadillac. And so it checked all the boxes. It was a great looking car, muscle car. It's a V6, not too much power, but these days the V6 engines are as powerful as the V8s were back in the day. So if you ask me which one is my favorite, that's a difficult one, because that's like asking a parent which kid's their favorite. But each one has got its special characteristics. Obviously, I love to have a truck because I like to be able to use a truck. I like the Camaro because it's got a certain muscle car look and reminds me of the Camaros that I used to dream about when I was a teenager. But at the end of the day, it's got to be the Cadillac. The Cadillac is the car, for me, that allows me to have all the muscle car power, the 6-speed. You feel like you're driving, you feel like you're connected to the vehicle. But you can take this car for an 8-hour road trip, and when you get out of the car, you feel good. It's comfortable. It is a Cadillac. And if you were to try to do a quarter mile with someone that's driving a Mustang or a Dodge Charger, at the end of the race, even if they beat you, you're driving home in a Cadillac. So that's got to be my favorite. That's the car that I want to keep.